hence the I've just got home from work, hence the lack of makeup. But I just received something very exciting in the post. I got a very large Expanse of Sea, which I've been waiting for so long, so I thought I would do a reading vlog and vlog my experience reading this book, because I have been waiting for this for ages. So I'm going to start reading this and bring you guys along with me on this reading journey. And yeah, I'm super excited. Updating you guys after only 7 pages, but already this book is so emotional. There's a bit on page 7 at the top which isn't probably a spoiler because obviously it's so close to the beginning of the book, but I'm not going to say what happens. But it's about something that happens to the main character and it's destroying me. It makes me so emotional. I've had lots of Muslim friends throughout the years when I was at school and stuff, and they were always very accepted. I was lucky enough to go to a school or schools where nothing like that ever happened, and everyone was always really accepting and kind, and I'm really glad that I grew up in a place like that. And I can't imagine that happening, and it breaks my heart. So I'm 7 pages in and I'm already struggling, but in a good way. I'm struggling in a good way, and yeah. These updates are going to be so frequent because this book is just blowing my mind, but there is a quote here that I felt the need to tell you guys because it's hilarious and so accurate. People struggle to believe this because people struggle to believe women in general. It was one of the greatest frustrations of my life. The accuracy of that statement. I just want to say there's so many things in this book that are reminding me of my childhood. Like, they're talking about AIM, which I don't know if you guys remember. Like, I thought this was just like a UK thing. I don't really know why I thought that, but like, I'm guessing obviously it was like an America thing too. But AIM was like the way to connect with your friends when you were at school, and it was kind of like most of the kids in my school had Blackberries, so they all had BBM, but like I didn't have a Blackberry because I wasn't part of that crowd. I wasn't part of the Blackberry crew, okay? So I didn't have that, but I did have AIM, or yeah, I had AIM, and it was like this, there was another one, and it was like, I can't remember what the other one was, but AIM was like the popular one, and you had your little icon thing, and your username was always really important. You had to have a cool username and a cool description in your bio. It was like super important. And they're talking about using it here and how like everyone in the story at this time used AIM, and it's just like, it just cracks me up because when I was at high school everyone was obsessed with AIM. It was like the only way to talk to your friends, and I can just remember having all these conversations on AIM. So this is just so funny to me. Like, it's just cracking me up. Like, I don't know. It is a few days later. I actually finished A Very Large Expanse of Sea 2 days ago, I think, when I was just after I finished work, or before. Either before or after I finished work, and I didn't have the opportunity to vlog, which kind of sucks because I wish I could have filmed straight after I finished it, but I kind of think it's given me a couple of days to kind of think about the book and what I thought about it, so it's kind of worked out for the best. But yeah, I don't know. As I said before, this was one of the books that I've been wanting to read the most since I found out it was coming out. Normally I'm not someone who gets super hyped for books, just because I try to avoid that. I'm often disappointed when I hype up a book and then I don't like it as much as I thought I would, so I tend to try and avoid that, but I didn't with this one, and I don't know. I mean, I gave this 4 out of 5 stars, and I think it was incredibly well written. The characters were incredible, the character development was incredible, and the relationship development was really, really good. So it's not that I didn't enjoy it, it just wasn't exactly that 5-star read that I was anticipating that I really, really wanted. Before I say anything, before you guys get really cross with me and you'll hate me for what I'm about to say, I don't read contemporaries. So a lot of these thoughts are probably just down to the fact that this is not a genre I read a lot. I'm not a big romance reader. I don't read a lot of romance. I don't read a lot of contemporary, so a lot of these things are not because of this book itself, if that makes any sense. It's not the writing, it's not the novel itself, it's just my personal preferences and the fact that I don't really enjoy contemporary. As I mentioned before, one of my favourite, or like my favourite part of this book was the cultural side of it. I really liked learning about the main character and her family and her culture and her religion. I really enjoyed learning about that, and I think the way that religion is addressed in this is absolutely incredible. It's such an important thing to talk about, especially in young adults. What I didn't really enjoy as much was the romance, and it's not that I didn't like the characters. I really enjoyed the characters as a couple. I really enjoyed the development of their relationship. I thought it was incredible. The only thing is I felt like it just dragged. And again, this is probably just because I don't read a lot of romance heavy contemporary. I don't read that sort of stuff, so to me it probably is just that's the reason for it, and this probably doesn't drag, but there was just a lot of the same thing going over again. And I get is the point that they're making this really hard decision, and it's taking them a long time to make this decision because obviously the two main characters have differing opinions on what the outcome of this decision should be, but I just felt like it was too long, there was too much of it. And I think the other thing that I really didn't understand was there was such a big hype about this breakdancing, the talent show that they were doing this breakdancing for and how they were training for it and all this stuff, and the actual breakdancing part of it wasn't that huge. Like the talent show was maybe 5 pages, if that. There was not a lot of talk about the actual talent show. That's the side of it I was interested in, so I would definitely not say the romance aspect that I kind of struggled with makes this book worse in any way. It's just a personal preference, so it's not a negative to this book. I still think it's an incredible novel and it's such an important one, and I really liked the romance. I thought the characters were incredible, so it's definitely not an overall negative. It's just something I thought I'd mention because if you're someone like me who reads pretty much exclusively fantasy, this might be something that you struggle with, in the sense that there is a lot of heavy romance, and it's interesting because the way that it's written is obviously it's YA, a bit more, it's suited for the audience that this book is based for. The thing I really enjoyed about this that I don't think I mentioned in previous updates was the relationship between the main character and her brother. I really enjoy reading books that have a lot of family aspects to it, and I think especially with what was going on with the bullying and also with her relationship with Ocean, I think was really interesting to see her brother's take on it as the older brother, and also someone that is obviously part of her culture but doesn't have the same reaction from people as she does. I think that was really interesting. I think that was really well done, and I mean, this book is incredible. I just think it's amazing, and I think everyone should read it. It's a really important story, and I think it will teach, especially younger people. I think this would be great for like a book to study at school. There is some like
you know, not great language in it for young people, but obviously for young adults it would be fine, and I think it would be a really good book to study at high school. Some really important lessons in it and some really important messages. I read this pretty quick. It's not an overly long book, but I did read it even quicker than I was expecting to, so yeah, I'm super happy I finally got around to this. I've been wanting to read it for absolutely ages, so now I finally have. I'm very, very happy. Let me know if you've read it in the comments, because I'd like to see if other people kind of share my views or you disagree with me. So let me know in the comments what you thought if you've read this already. Definitely let me know, because I'd be interested to see. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to be doing more kind of like reading vlogs / reviews like in the same video like this one, because I think it would be easier for me, but it's also going to be, I think it makes more sense rather than doing a reading vlog and then doing a separate review. I don't know, that's just how I'm planning on doing things. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see future videos like this one from me, and you will see me in the next one. Bye guys.